How you doing, my brother from Texas? You good?
Bro, all I know is that they need to keep winning it. This is the type of Ola I'm going to get. All red, too, coming in, blood out. I'm fucking loving the Ola tonight, son. I'm loving the energy tonight. I'm here with the fucking boys, and I got a murderer right above me, son. Sending motherfuckers to the hospital. This man should be locked up. This man's out here putting people to sleep. Let's go. Let's fucking go, man.
And last but not the least, the big gun gangster from out there in Texas. How you doing, my boy? Crossover MMA, man. You good, brother?
Man, I'm good. I can't complain. I'm always excited. I love the energy you guys bringing today. I think it's going to be a really good show, man. Let's get to it.
Yeah, man. We love it, man. We love it. It's been a fantastic week of MMA fucking fights. We just seen 314. 314 is just gone past. But I'm going to come to Adrian first, because obviously we've not really gotten your take on what you thought the whole card was about, and which fight was your favorite fight, or which matchup was your favorite matchup?
A few of the guys that I picked didn't actually come through. I thought Bryce Mitchell was gonna beat
Silva.
What's his name? Silva, yeah. And yeah, bro, he smashed him. He also freaking put him to sleep. I was a little bit disappointed with Lopez. I thought he was going to take it as well, but big ups to Volk. Man, he deserves to be a champion. And Paddy Pimblett, Chandler, I had my money on Chandler. I thought he was going to take him as well. And then he annihilated him, bro. Did you see what Chandler looked like after the fight? Yeah. He was smashed, bro. Smashed. But all in all, I think it was a good card. Very exciting. Good matchups put together, and it was fun. Fun to watch.
Yeah, man. My favorite fight on the card was Dan Ige putting the beating on Woodson. Oh yeah, I call that fight.
Shut
your mouth.
You just want attention, bro. You just want attention. There's no
we don't know you didn't Ige, right? We know you didn't Ige, right?
Someone show the bus. Someone show the bus.
Mate.
This guy all that talk about Dan Ige on the show, and then the picks come out.
Who's that guy in the top?
Who's that guy? Nobody didn't even pick Dan Ige.
Hold on.
Stupid.
Explain. Stupid. My shit got hot.
Yeah.
Get out of here with that. It's all good. You threw your boy under the bus. It's all good.
No. Hey, don't say it. Why you say it like that, Cross, man? You know what I mean? The way you making it sound. The way you making it sound is like I just committed a homicide, bro. Like, what I do?
What I do? On the show, you was like, I don't change my picks. Dan Ige 50K, and then the picks come out, and I'm like, Ola didn't pick Dan Ige.
Bro, I just told you I got hot.
I told you boys weeks ago, this brother is shameless. Shameless.
I'm still taking credit for calling it on the show, which I got video evidence of. If people don't want to, I got video evidence of that shit. Yeah?
Shameless.
My dog of the week, and I said he was gonna beat Woodson.
But you didn't pick him as your dog of the
week. What you want from me, bro? Like, you know what I mean?
Me being top of the table means that you're lying, bro. Me being top of the table means you're lying.
No. The reason you're on top of the table, the reason you're on top of the table is because I didn't pick Volk. Yeah, and I went with Lopez. That's the reason you're top of the table. Nothing to do with Dan Ige, man. You know what I'm trying to say? Don't even try and put that on Dan Ige. Dan Ige got nothing to do with that, bro. You know what I mean? Alhamdulillah. We're going to talk to Ali Abdulaziz on his next fight. Alhamdulillah. You know what I'm trying to say? Anyways, before you man try to throw me under the bus, my guy, what was your favorite fight on the card, my guy?
I'm going to go with one of the early prelims, boys. That Tulio versus Trajan Gore was an absolute banger, bro. You know what I mean? Tulio dominated in that fight. Let's throw something different in the mix. That was sick.
That was crazy. That was crazy. Cross?
Man, McDane honestly picked my favorite fight on the card, but I'll go with something a little different, man. The KO from Dominic Reyes, bro, was crazy.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
Crazy, bro.
I was gonna say, bro.
Hey, listen. When you see something like that, that shit got John Jones talking, bro. You know, hey, when you see a KO like that, he got John Jones talking.
Look,
John Jones,
and
you know what I mean? He got John Jones talking.
And I'll be honest, I've been talking a lot of shit about Dominic Reyes recently, and that KO was like, okay, my bad.
Mm-hmm. Bro, it was like, picture perfect. It's like
we tried to tell you on the show, bro.
It's like a picture perfect KO to the Conor McGregor Aldo KO, virtually identical, same exact thing, just beautiful KO though. Beautiful.
Yeah, that was wicked. That was wicked. What about you, Sterling? We know you were thinking about Reyes, but you gotta have another fight. The women's fight, surely, Jandy Doba did something for you. Talk to us.
I'll be honest with you. I forgot the women even fought on the card. I'm gonna go ahead. I'll give y'all who I had, son.
This brother's savage.
I'll just keep it G. But just to kind of mix it up, because I don't want to say the same thing. How about Olin Jashuk versus Fulkin Dumas Dequis?
Hey, bro, you did all right with that name, by the way.
Come on, son.
You've been practicing all day.
No, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I've been listening to these pronunciations a little different lately. All right, I'm trying to lock in. But honestly, him joining the Fighting Nerds, that man looks fucking nice out there, son.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. He fits in with the camp. If that's the way he's gonna start finishing, bro, then boy, welcome to the Fighting Nerds. Welcome to the Fighting Nerds. But Leroy has put some videos together for us, and we are going to rock with them. The first one on the docket, and then we'll go back around and get some of your takes. Let's have a look at this.
Bryce Mitchell accepted his loss to John Silva at UFC 314 without excuses. Silva dominated, outstriking and outgrappling Mitchell before securing a second-round submission. Mitchell, suffering his second UFC submission loss, reflected on Instagram, expressing heartfelt but gratitude for avoiding serious injury. "I fought as hard as I could," he said, admitting he could have fought smarter. Vowing to improve, Mitchell acknowledged his belief in winning was shaken but pledged to keep fighting.
Hey, I finally made it back to my room. I want to thank everybody for their support and let y'all know I'm doing just fine. Thank God he protected me. I didn't lose my teeth. I don't got no broken bones. So I feel good about that. And I fought as hard as I possibly could. I couldn't have fought any harder. I could have fought smarter. I'm going to go make some adjustments, but I mean, he put me to sleep. So I had nothing left to give. So I'm happy about that, knowing that I tried my best, but I got to get better. So that's just the lesson learned here, is I got to get better. And I really want to thank everybody who prayed for me, especially the people that fasted for me as well. Y'all mean the world to me. And honestly, I really cannot believe how much support I've gotten. It is literally unbelievable. I've got thousands of messages, and if I don't message you back immediately or at all, just know that I love you. And I've never had this much outpouring of support. It's just crazy. It's been a whole crazy week, and I can't even put it into words. I really thought that I was going to win the fight. I 100% believed it, because I've just never had a fight that big before, and I was like, wow, this fight is out of nowhere, just got this much hype. God's chosen me to win this fight, but that wasn't the case, and I'm just going to keep fighting, and that's all I can do. So that's all we can all do. Anytime you take a loss, just learn from it and keep fighting. That's what I'm going to do. So I really want to tell y'all, A, I'm healthy, B, I love y'all, and I thank y'all. So y'all take care. Bye-bye.
Following this defeat, Bryce Mitchell is now 2-3 from his last 5 bouts, with his last win coming by stoppage over Kron Gracie at UFC 310. What's next for Bryce Mitchell, and just how good is John Silva?
Yeah, I'm gonna start with Yao on this one. We heard what Bryce Mitchell is had to say there. It's 2 for 3 on the loss column. And what's next for him? Obviously, he's in good spirits as well, and we give thanks to that. But what's next for him? And do you think he took Silva a little bit lightly than he should have? coming into this fight?
Look, I think Bryce might need to go slightly back to the drawing board. I mean, he's taken some brutal KOs recently. Now there's a submission where he's left looking like Javid Bashrat. It was intense. So for him, I think he needs to kind of go back to the drawing board, just reassess the type of fighter that he is, because he's not fighting the same level of fighters as he used to. But what was interesting about that fight was that in the middle of that fight, Jean Silva pointed to Maurizio Ruffi from the Fighting Nerds and then delivered an identical wheel kick as what he did when he KO'd Bobby Green, which was like, that was super cool. And I think that's what's very enjoyable about the Fighting Nerds, the fact that they have this sort of fighting enjoyment. They're not just fighting and angry, but they're enjoying the fights. But for Bryce Mitchell, I think he needs to go back to the drawing board and just reassess how he fights and not think that he's still trying to get into the top 15, but trying to actually get to the top 10, top 5, because right now he's not fighting like it.
Yeah, man. I'm just cross. I mean, no, I'm gonna come to you, Sterling. I'm looking at John Silva now, and we seeing how good he is. But one thing that really annoyed me after the fight, you just kind of made the rankings. Why are you calling for fucking title shot, blood? What's going on with you?
Yeah,
we know how good you are, but you still gotta go out there and earn it, man. You still gotta get past some of the big dogs that's in the division. But calling for a title shot, bro. I mean, I like people feeling confident about themselves, feeling they're that good to really be a champion, but not in the immediate setting. What do you make of that?
Definitely not up for the title shot, son. This dude needs to fight like 4 to 5 more times. Y'all know how I feel about John Silva already, but I think this dude needs to fight. His biggest names is Bryce Mitchell and Drew Dober. Besides that, off top, I don't know any other dude in the UFC. I know he's I'll finish this. No, don't get me wrong. He is a gangster. Don't get me wrong. What he did to my boy was fucked up. But going forward, bro, I mean, he needs to fight. He needs to fight a couple more dogs, man. Think about Volkanovski's road to the title, dude. He had to fight motherfuckers. I mean, Leon Edwards. I mean, there's so many guys, bro. Like, I think these guys get in the UFC, they get 2 big wins and going for the title shot's fucking crazy. I think we need to go back to, like, bro, you need to get you at least 3 top 10 guys underneath you. After that, I think you're in. I mean, who would y'all realistically like to see him fight next? And I think Bryce Mitchell should fight Nate the Train next.
Okay. I mean, Cross, there's a question there for you. I mean, who would you like to see John Silva fight next? I mean, like I just said, you can't be stood there talking about a title fight after beating Bryce Mitchell. Like, who would you like to see? Who would you like to see fight next, though?
I mean, I hear it, but I think the guy should get a top 5 matchup, bro. I think he's that
really
good. Yes, I think he's that good,
bro.
For sure. Bro, you gotta think 2 of the guys in the top 5 aren't in the division anymore. Yeah. Max and Ilya aren't in the division no more. So you realistically have Volk, Lopez, Movsar, Yair, Arnold Allen. I think Arnold Allen, perfect.
What about Lerone Murphy?
Or you could do him, Lerone Murphy.
Yeah, Lerone Murphy wouldn't want to fight him though. He's just off a number 1 contendership.
No, yeah, just beat.
Why would he want to fight down to a guy that just made the rankings?
But Ola, he's got a big name. Like, everyone's gonna watch John Silva fight.
Bro, no.
Everyone's gonna watch John Silva fight, though. That's why Arnold, I think, might take it.
Hold on. McDane, do you think these guys are like overestimating the name of John Silva in this bitch? Like, bro, what kind of big name we talking about? No, McDane, speak to this, bro.
Nah, bro. I don't think they're overestimating the name at all. Yeah, I mean, like, he is becoming a big star. He's part of the Fighting Nerds. They've got a big momentum and movement behind him. He's continually winning fights. He's doing everything that he needs to do, and he's got a decent personality about him too. You know what I mean? And the barking, the jumping up like the Exorcist on the cage, all the rest of it. It's all part and parcel of the sport and the entertainment. Yeah, I mean that too. But bro, like, how far he's going to go up and who he's going to fight, I think he's right. He's coming now. He's ranked 11. Yeah, I mean, he definitely should be looking at somebody in the top 5, or maybe just outside of it. You know what I mean? But I don't think anything below the top 10 is who he should be fighting. when you look at the rankings, sorry, just to jump back in there, I just wanted to fucking throw that out. Like Cross just said, like you're literally talking about Diego Lopez, you talk about a fucking Oscar Evloev, you talk about Arnold Allen, you talk about Brian Ortega, Will Murphy, Aljamain Sterling. You know what I mean? Josh Emmett, but he's just lost to Will Murphy. So, like, where'd you go? Like, obviously, he's not ready for a title shot. Not at all. Like, he's putting it into the ether. That's all he's doing. And it's smart. Yeah, I mean, he's playing the game. He's playing the business. He got the picture with Volk and he's like, yo, check this out. Go out there and get one more win and see where you're sitting. But it's also, there's going to be like, yeah, 2 more wins, like 100%, because we are going to see some holes in his game eventually. Yeah, he's a fantastic counter striker. Yeah, he's got some fucking knockout power in his hands. And he just submitted Bryce Mitchell, who everybody was raving about his jiu-jitsu and grappling not too long ago. You know what I mean? MMA fans are quick to forget and quick to be fickle. But I reckon if he goes that top 5, that's where we're going to really see where he's at. Where, like, not, I'm not going to say where's he ceiling, but where's he at? Where's he standing?
Yeah, I mean, Ryo, looking at you know, your peak in Bryce Mitchell. I mean, what's next for someone like Bryce Mitchell right now, who we all know is very, very talented as well. You know, is it the matchups? Is it the styles, or is he just reached the ceiling where he can get past this top guy at the top of the division?
I think with this fight, I think he allowed it to get to his head a little bit. The back and forth and the antics and stuff got to him. I think he got a bit too emotional with it. He should have just played it easy and, you know, just kept focus on the fight. But I'm with Yao on this one. He's got to go back to the drawing board. He's got to go rethink his game plan and how he approaches these fights, and maybe even just take some time off to, you know, get his mind back in it, because he definitely allowed whatever Jean Silva was doing to get to him. I mean, the guy was barking at him on stage. I mean, he kind of let that affect him a little bit. But I'd like to see him fight again. I don't know. I don't know who he would fight now. He needs to go back and just like recheck himself. But on the other hand, Jean Silva, I think him and Brian Ortega would be a good matchup.
What?
I don't think.
No.
I like that.
Adrian, no, what
I like that.
That's another man. That's another man.
I think that'd be good. I honestly think about it.
I like that.
Yeah, you want your boy,
I think Brian Ortega is not a bad idea.
Yeah, what you doing?
I don't think it's a bad idea.
I like that, Adrian. Adrian, I see you.
No, Adrian.
How about Chase Hooper? I think Chase Hooper is a good matchup. He called for
I like that. I like it. Yeah, man. Let's leave Ortega.
I think
you know what I mean?
other than beating somebody in the rankings, I feel like Chase Hooper should be up there. Like, I think he should be in the top 15. You know what I mean? Like, for the way that he's going, the way that we've seen him evolve coming from featherweight into lightweight, and how he's gone about his game. Like, he deserves a ranked opponent. 100% deserves a ranked opponent.
That's on, yeah. But Chase Hooper's at 155.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
went from featherweight to lightweight.
My bad.
Open those big ears, bro.
Hey, I need to put down these big blunts. But what I was thinking too, boys. What about Josh Emmett? I think one of these guys should fight Josh, not Bryce, obviously, but like John Silva. Ooh, shit!
I was just going to say Eager now. What about Daniel? That'd be crazy.
That's a
like that.
idea.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I mean? That's
somebody's getting knocked out in that. Somebody's definitely getting knocked out in that.
Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, I fuck with that fight, man. Big up everybody in the chat, everybody that's locked in right now. Salute to every single one of you. Make sure you're following the names that's scrolling right underneath the page right there. Stop what you're doing. Go straight into the like section, the subscribe section, and subscribe and like the channel. Everybody that's watching on X, come on over to YouTube, people. Come show some love. That's how you really, really help us with our platforms. And yeah, it's the only way to do it, man. Make sure you're following the guys on the panel. Okay. I got one question that I'm gonna come around. I'm gonna come around to Cross on this one, right? So on the interweb recently, we've seen it, right? And we've seen Aljo. Aljo was calling out Arnold Allen. He wants that fight with him. And I think to myself, you know what? I'll not go to my den on this one, yeah, but I know what McDane's gonna say. He's just gonna keep it short and simple. Allen's gonna kill Aljo, but I need some real analytical shit on this Aljo Allen talk right here, man. Give some to the people, Cross, man. What are you thinking about that matchup? And who you think comes out on top if it happens?
I like the matchup, but personally, I think Arnold Allen will get it done in that matchup. I think the takedown defense should be good enough.
I could have gotten this from fucking McDane, bro. If I fucking wanted this answer, man. I could have got this answer from McDane. Anyway, continue.
But like I think we still got to think about the fact that Aljo's a guy that's coming up from bantamweight, fighting a natural featherweight. And I think the strength of Arnold Allen will be there. And I mean, Arnold Allen's a tough fight for anybody. He's so well-rounded, very good on the feet. The boxing's real crisp. So I think he's a tough night for anybody, regardless who you are in the division.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean,
Aljo just lost to Evloev as well. So it's also well, obviously Arnie came back with a Giga win after that, but Arnie also beat Evloev, but here we are.
Hold on. In what history books is that in?
I know what he meant. I know what he meant.
Yeah, I know what he meant. Oh, damn right, I know what he meant.
Oh, in the same fucking history books, you think Dan Ige is your fucking dog of the week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what I was going to come out with there. You know what I mean? About fucking Dan Ige. Stop with this Dan Ige propaganda, bro. I got hacked, bro. You know what I mean? Stop with that.
Yeah.
I got hacked.
Hey, listen. Yo, I know you're a reasonable lawyer, and you can be a damn good one when you want to be.
Come on,
represent Aljo here, man. Represent Aljo, brother. Let's hear what you got to say on this Aljo Allen matchup, and see if something good could come out for Aljo in that matchup.
Look, with where Aljo is in his career right now, I think he has what it takes to lose to Arnold Allen. McDane, I want the clap, please. I want it to.
For fuck's sake, bro.
Oh, come on, bro.
I wasn't ready for it.
Wait. But I'm lying. Look, I'm Aljo all the way because, look, I think Arnold's amazing. Oh, good timing with that one.
That was nice.
Look, I think Aljo's had a tough run. Arnold is great, but I think with Aljo, if he's just focused and backpacks, he can win that fight. Although, honestly,
he could have beat Evloev the backpacks. Arnold's going to scramble. Yeah, like a motherfucker.
Why are you shades, bro?
Granby rolls.
But Arnold isn't Evloev. That's the thing, and I get it.
No, but he beat him though.
Yeah, but it's still 50-50 for me in that fight. And I think the judges might just happen to see. Actually, if I think about it, yeah, Aljo, they might just edge it to Aljo. That's how I see that fight going. That's why I say Aljo, not because it'll be dominating or he can beat Arnold. I just think he'll go the distance and Aljo will edge it with those little tricks that Marab throws in. Because, they train at the same gym. They know those little tricks you need to throw in to convince the judges that you won the fight on decision. So that's why I'm saying Aljo.
Yeah,
I mean, you got my prediction. Damn.
Hey, well, no. I just wanted you to a little bit of devil's advocate because everybody on the panel around here, everybody loves Arnold Allen. You know what I mean? So and his fight IQ and the way he goes about his business, definitely helps that. So I just wanted to get an alternative view on that situation there. But I'm going to come to Raya around here real quick. Raya, hear this, Paddy. After beating up Chandler, and we saw what he did to Chandler, right? In a fantastic fashion. Like, I did not think that fight was gonna go down like that. I did not see it coming. Impressive, very, very impressive from Paddy, right? 2 follow-up questions here. 1, what did you make of how it went about his business? Did you see it coming, and who do you want to see Paddy in there next with? And number 2, they asked him in the press conference, bro, you called out everybody. You called out Poirier. You called out fucking Gaethje. You called out Sarukian. Like, what about this Spaniard brother Ilia Topuria, man? Like, this brother been wanting your chin for a minute. He been wanting to test right that chin for a minute, bro. How come you ain't call him out? Paddy said, "Oh, to be honest, I forgot about Ilya." Huh?
Yeah.
Like, bro, talk to me. I don't know who got the concussion. Him or Chandler. Talk to us, bro.
First of all, that fight was excellent. Like, I really enjoyed it. It was exciting to watch. He definitely surprised us with his grappling skills, especially against a superior wrestler like Mike Chandler. He gave him such a hard time, bro. And backpacking him like he did. And I mean, he smashed Chandler. I mean, Chandler looked like he got hit by a bus afterwards. He was all like taped up with the ice, and his face was all swollen. And I mean, Paddy looked good. He looked cool afterwards. But yeah, man, I think it was in typical Paddy fashion in Pimblett fashion to go call out like the whole division. But I do think not saying anything about Ilya, not mentioning Ilya's name was a little bit of a bitch move. Because I know that they had some sort of a little bit of a beef at one point. And I mean, if you're going to call out everybody, you might as well call out Tuporia. But if there's anyone I'd like to see him fight, definitely Tuporia. I'd love to see them go at it. I think Tuporia would knock his block off. But then again, you never know. He could surprise us, like what he did with Chandler. I thought Chandler was going to wrestle the shit out of him. But he actually proved us wrong. But if not Ilya, maybe, I don't know, maybe Dustin Poirier doesn't sound bad. Even Dan Hooker, maybe. Or why not even give him Justin Gaethje? You know,
Dan Hooker.
Dan Hooker is a banger.
Yeah, I mean, let me come to Sterling. Like, what do you got on this topic here with Paddy? Obviously, the way he performed against Chandler. What he
all right, I think
there's a fight. And you know who you think his next matchup should be, and why did he forget about Ilya Tuporia?
I think there's 3 fights that he should go, and I don't know why he didn't call it Ilya. I'm with Adrian. Bit of a weird move, especially with the beef y'all have, and he's already coming up. He's probably gonna get Islam. I mean, but if not though, you could fucking make that fight happen with the beef they got going into it. But the 3 fights I think he got is Money Moicano. I don't think Dustin's not doing it. Dustin's not fucking doing that. He's gonna fight Max.
Sorry to interrupt. Did you see Moicano's post?
No, I didn't. What
I saw it.
2024 Paddy, easy money. 2025 Paddy, not so easy money.
Shout out Moicano, son.
Yeah, Moicano is real like that, man. Moicano is real like that, man.
He's a real one. Like that. Justin Gaethje would be fun as hell, bro. And then the third one, bro, it's just a fun one. It's probably not gonna happen. I think it's gonna be that Dan Hooker one. But that's a super fun fight, Adrian.
And also, your boy John Anik was on paper with Anthony Smith, and he was talking the same. He said the interesting thing about Paddy right now is he isn't calling out Islam like the rest of them is. He's saying he wants Dustin, he wants Justin. You know what I mean? He wants Charles. Like nobody else is taking the same path as what he's taking. Where he's like, no, I want to go fight these legends. I want to go fight people and improve myself before I'm going to go for this title. Either that. Or he's going, I ain't fighting fucking Islam until he moves up to welterweight, and I ain't fighting him at all. You know what I mean? There's two ways of looking at it. Well, everyone, no, because everyone's still saying that. So he got slagged for he ain't got a chin, he ain't got this, he's fighting bums, whatever, he's fighting cans, he ain't getting like Jared Gordon beat him, blah, 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 blah. Then he's going up against Michael Chandler. Oh, he's going to chin him, he's going to knock him out, absolutely dominated him. Oh, then everyone turned Colby Covington all of a sudden. Oh, your last 3 opponents got 13 losses between all 3 of them. Shut up, Colby. When's the last time you fucking beat somebody in the rankings, you dick?
Bro, McDane, how cringy
even
was
Khabib
that?
still got a fucking win over somebody in the rankings, and this motherfucker's still just trying to keep himself relevant. Yeah,
bro, that was such a fucking cringy play. And then, like you said, like she was saying he's 2-6. Mate, you haven't won a fight in 3+ years. What are you talking about? And I'm not gonna lie to you, you got one more L and you're probably out the company. So it's like, bro,
yeah, it's looking sticky, man. It's looking sticky.
Yeah,
yeah, man. I agree with you. We got another video here from Leroy, and let's do this Paddy video that Leroy's put together. Let's do some justice, man, because I'm going to be coming to Yao next on this one. But let's see what Leroy's got to say here.
Paddy Pimblett defeated Michael Chandler via 3rd round TKO at UFC 314 this past weekend. The surging lightweight dominated with strikes and grappling. The win, earning a $50,000 bonus, kept Pimblett's UFC record spotless at 7-0 and boosted him into the top 10. He called out top contenders post-fight, cementing his status as a title contender. Speaking on the Javier and Mo show, Javier Mendez had this to say about the Scouser. Paddy's ready to face anybody. What he's done already, his credentials, his winning record in the UFC, and his hype. What he can do, how he can motivate people. If they give him the next title shot, he deserves it. Is he worthy? Yes. He's very interesting, and he's got all of England behind him. I'm a fan. Speaking to MMA Junkie, Dustin Poirier also weighed in on Paddy Pimblett and what he thinks is next for the rising contender. This guy was a prospect, now he's a contender. You have to take him for real now. Not that Chandler wasn't a big fight, but his next fight has to be a really big one. Like Gamrot, Armin Sarukian, Charles Oliveira. For me as a fan, put him in there with Dan Hooker. That would be an incredible fight. That's a fun fight. The build-up is going to be fun. Dan is going to stand and trade with him. Dan has good takedown defense on the ground. That's a fight, I think. Chandler posted to X the Monday after the event with a picture of him holding his son's hand and a caption that read, "Never out of the fight. This picture sums it all up. As long as I've got these heartbeats and hands to hold, I've already won." Chandler is now 2-5 in the UFC, with his last win over Tony Ferguson back in 2022. What's next for Michael Chandler, and whom do you think Paddy Pimblett should fight next?
Yeah, we've spoken at length with the Paddy situation, but I want to come to you about Chandler Yao. I mean, seeing him there holding his son's hand, because sometimes we forget about the entertainment side, about the real side of it, and us as fans, we just hone in and just zone in on the entertainment part of things. The aftermath, watching him, holding his son's hand, while getting stitched up after a fight to put food on the table. What do you make of all that situation there? And what should be happening with Chandler next? Because it's 2-5 right now, bro.
Look, the fight game's a tough game. You can be 20-0 in Bellator and come into the UFC and then be 2-5. It's a tough industry. It's a tough thing to do. And it's one of those cases where like he says, he is one of the most exciting lightweights on the planet. We do talk about him. We do enjoy watching him fight. We do possibly still want to see him fight against Conor McGregor, because we don't know what state Conor's in, sure. But I think it's very tricky for him right now, because what fight does he take? He's now number 12 in the rankings. If he goes outside the rankings, he becomes a journeyman in the UFC. He might as well be Kulikani Hlongwa, to be honest with you, at this point. It's just terrible. But at what point?
He went there, Adrian. He went there, man. Hey, I don't know exactly what he thought. He went there, Adrian. You hear that? He threw that shot, man. He threw that shot. Please continue.
I heard from last week because I picked him in that fight against someone who was 0-1, and it hurt me. But the point is, I think he just needs to, just reassess who he's fighting. I don't think he needs a break. Honestly, I think he needs to just get right back in. He lost that fight great, but pick your next fight properly is what he needs to do, because he keeps on fighting at the top level, and clearly he's not at the top level. He might pull a Joaquin Buckley where you start to give him the right matchups, then he builds himself back up despite his age, and he might finish his career well. I don't know, but for me, I think he just needs to rethink his matchups, but keep going, because we do like seeing him fight. And unfortunately, here's my logo, so come on, Michael Chandler, come on.
Yeah, Joaquin.
I'm going to come to Adrian real quick on this one, right? As a fighter that's been on both ends of the spectrum on wins and losses, and you see what it's really like when you're in the back room after the fight's done, when you're not hearing the noise anymore. What is it like to just feel that support from family and friends, like people that really fuck with you, like they all rally around you in your wins and your losses, but you have those people there? What's that feeling like? Because watching Chandler just holding his son's hand right there, that definitely hits him, because it's not all about the entertainment. There's real life people here putting their health and safety at stake.
Yeah, I mean, it's never nice to lose a fight, especially in like getting knocked out or to stoppage. But in all honesty, I think losing by decision is the worst, because you've gone the full fight. You think you may have won the fight, and you've taken so much damage, and then they go and they say, no, you lost. So I think that can sometimes be worse than like getting a stoppage loss or something. But I think having that support system is very important. Like, especially like your coaches, your family, your friends. I mean, I could have given up and stopped fighting, but if it wasn't for my family and my friends, you know, encouraging me and supporting me when I couldn't do it myself, you know, it gives you like a second breath and a second wind to get up there and go again, try it out, do it again. I think personally, Chandler, I think, like Yao said, you know, he's been taking too big of, like trying to jump up the ranks too quickly, because I think when he came into the UFC, that was kind of the expectation, coming straight from Bellator. And I think what Dana White expected from him was to like have 1 or 2 fights and then boom, straight for a championship, which is what happened. And then they thought he would have taken the title. But I think from there, it was just a bit of a slump. And the only guy that he really did well against was Tony Ferguson. And I mean, that guy was on his way out already. So, yeah, in my opinion, I think he should get back in there. Maybe also just give himself some time to think about his next opponent. But I'd like to see him fight someone like, maybe like Benoit Saint-Denis, or maybe even Benny DeRouche, someone like that. And then he can build himself up again and see what happens afterward. But he shouldn't rush into like a top 5 fight again or something like that. He needs to first like fix himself on paper again, get some momentum behind him, and then try again. Because I mean, the guy works hard, so it's not like he's a slouch or anything like that, or someone to take lightly at all. I think
there's something I wanted to chime in with there, and you actually just made it the perfect segue with the working hard comment there, Rayo. And I just want to bring up this clip that I seen earlier on with him and his son after the fight. Like, this dude can take a negative and turn it into a positive in such an amazing way, and a way that he taught his son an unbelievable lesson in life. So I'm just going to play this one.
Spin it. Okay, listen. Chandler's, we're going to work extremely hard. We're going to try and do the best that we can. Sometimes we're going to fall short. We're going to come up short. But we're always going to keep our head up. Even if you get some cuts on your face. Okay. I love you. Cheers.
Bro, that shit is wholesome as fuck. Whether you like Chandler or not, that is amazing. Like,
that's actually the video that I saw.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, since I've had girls, I swear to God, shit like that almost brings me to fucking tears, bro. Like, I sit and watch that, and it gets me right in the feeling. I'd have watched that 5 years ago and would have like, pussy. You know what I mean? And now I'm sitting there and I'm like, somebody cutting onions, bro. What's going on in this place?
Someone giving me tissue.
Like I don't know. I can't say what it's like to be a father or anything like that, because I don't have any kids. But
father of the game, son.
I think, yeah. I'll take that. But I think what maybe gives him that happiness is knowing that his kids and his family are proud of him regardless of the result. And I think that's maybe what he fights for. You know, he just wants his family to be happy, and he wants his family to know that he's a hardworking man and he's put himself out there and he's given it his best shot and trying to set a good example for his kids. And you can see right there how that's actually the video that I saw, how badly he was messed up. So, and for him to still stand there and smile and joke, and I can see in that video that he's feeling pain laughing with his son, but he still laughs through it, you know. And I think that's maybe his motivation for why he doesn't want to retire or wants to quit. And I don't see him quitting anytime soon, to be quite honest with you. I see that guy going on for a little bit longer than I think people may expect. But I see there Bobby Green versus Chandler. That doesn't sound like a bad idea.
What about this one, Adrian? What do you think about this one?
Jamila. Oh, that's also be quite a banger.
I saw someone talking about Pitbull earlier too. I wouldn't be mad at that either.
Seen that one as
well. But I think Saint-Denis or someone along those lines would be great for him.
Yeah, I mean, I want to come to cross real quick. I want to come to cross real quick.
Choking on snacks, brothers. Choking on snacks.
I want to come to cross real quick because he's been snitching on Sterling in the private chat.
No.
Yeah, there's sneak.
Yeah, we gonna get the clip up at some
point. I'm about to die. Shit. 10-9. 10-9, that's Sprite. Oh. Shit. While on live too? What the fuck? I gotta spit this trash can. Oh shit. I'm about to die. Oh my god. Oh, fuck that. I'm fighting back. Fuck. Cover up. I'm good. Whew. 10-8, that Sprite. Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh.
This guy says he's fighting back after the ref don't stop the fight, bro. Like, that's fencing, bro.
Oh my god.
Early stoppage. That was an early stoppage.
Hey, that
Wait,
brother
my
gassed
question
out
is-
there. Wait.
Did you actually hit the trash can? Because that sounded like it hit the floor.
Oh, it hit all floor, y'all. It hit all floor. It smacked the floor.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Oh, man.
Anyways,
That brother can't get shit in that trash can, by the way.
we're glad you survived. You survived the attackers from Sprite, man. You know what I mean? We're glad you
Bro,
survived
get that bitch USADA tested. That was crazy. The way that thing came at me.
Hey, listen, John Jones been hearing the way you've been talking about him, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
Bro.
he said something in that Sprite for you, brother. You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, hold that. But Cross, I want to come to you before that clip went up there. Everybody's been saying how wholesome and how nice and all of this with Chandler. And I get it. Because I subscribe to it. I brought the question up, right? But for me, Moicano said something very, very important. We know Moicano is one of the realest motherfuckers in the game. He says, listen, let's face it, man. All this kumbaya with Chandler, man. Like, Chandler let McGregor destroy his career by sitting out them 2 years. What do you say to that, Cross? Moicano, be real.
Unfortunately, it's very accurate, and it's sad to see because he came in, made such a splash in the UFC with the Dan Hooker KO in his first fight, phenomenal, and then it's been in tough fight after tough fight after tough fight. So
whilst getting older,
absolutely, and then you sit out the 2 years, and now essentially, I think he's kind of like the gatekeeper now. He's got to fight the young guys. He's got to fight like the Farab Ziem, the Yusuf Zalals, the Mauricio Rufy. He's got to fight those guys now.
That'd be fun.
And because we know what the UFC is going to do. They're going to take an older, aging star that people know the name. They're going to start feeding them to the young guys so you can build up the young guys so you can have new stars as you replenish the division.
Just like they did with Paddy. I see what you're saying, bro. I see what you're saying. We got another clip here from Leroy. This one is a very somber one. And we're going to come to the rambling dad on this one after the video is played. Let's go.
On Tuesday morning, Italian media reported the tragic death of Patrick Vettori, the youngest brother of UFC middleweight Marvin Vettori, in a house fire at his residence in Italy. The fire reportedly started when Patrick left a pan on the stove and fell asleep on the couch. Despite neighbors alerting emergency services, police and firefighters arrived too late and he succumbed to smoke inhalation. In a heartfelt message to his brother, Marvin Vettori wrote, "You were and always will be number one, my little brother. You left us leaving an unfillable void. I will love you until my last breath. I don't think I'll be the same after today, because maybe I never told you, but you'll always be my strength. You were the smartest of the two. You were creating a wonderful future for yourself, and I can't get over it. It is said that Jesus calls back the most beautiful souls prematurely to have them with him in heaven, and I hope that you are there with him, looking and watching over us, with the goodness that has always set you apart. I love you, my brother, and even though it won't be easy to continue life without you, it gives me heart to know that one day I'll be buried next to you." The 5 Week Show and Co. would like to extend our deepest condolences to Marvin Vettori and his family during this heartbreaking time.
Yeah, man, that's a tough one to hold. And Martin Vettori and his family right now, condolences to them. And wishing them, prayers and hopefully, in time they can at least live with what's just tragically happened. McDane, Looking at that, like that's gotta be that's a tough thing for anyone to deal with, let alone somebody that gets in there and fights for a living. What are you making of that situation there?
Bro, that's the first I've actually heard of that, to be honest with you. I've barely been on social media or anything all week. I've just been too busy, but that's just heartbreaking, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, like, not just for him, but also for his parents, man. No parent should have to bury their own child. It's
100%.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's not many words you can say. Like you say, condolences to him, his family, thoughts and prayers, and all the rest of it. And bro, that's devastating. So a house fire, like, thankfully, like he was probably asleep and just smoking inhalation, and then he's gone in his sleep, and it's not really been anything that he's known about. Hopefully it was as painless and as peaceful as possible for him on that side of things.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, none of this situation here is ever there's not, there's sometimes you don't even know what to say to these sort of situations, man, other than just wish them well. And yeah, that's one thing that we do want to say on here. Yeah, condolences to them, condolences to the family, and yeah, man, hopefully we see Vettori come back into the cake. I do like seeing him compare. I always look, the whole Hamza situation, I still think it's a shame that they didn't get Vettori to at least test Hamza's grappling before he got better and went up. You know what I mean? I think Hamza should have been one of the guys that Vettori had to see at least. Give him a welcome to the division or something. But it never got to happen. But on a more lighter and I want to say maybe a little serious conversation before we get to Adrian and ask him, to talk to us about his fight and stuff. I really want to talk one more about one more topic, and yeah, I'm gonna start with Adrian on this one. Joe Rogan during the fight, he was moaning because some fighters were fence grabbing. Like he was pissed. You could tell he was pissed on the commentary, right? And he said, "Hey, listen, all this fence grabbing, all this eye poking, just duck them a point. Yeah, just duck them a point and they won't do it again. Duck them a point. Big up Static, my bro. Salute to you, Static. I'm still buzzing from yesterday after whooping Madridas. But I'll go see you soon, man, during the Ipswich game, brother. Salute to you, my guy. But
MMA normally in the house. What's happening, brother?
Yes.
That
boy is living life. He flew out there and he still had time to shadow box. I don't know how you do it, Olin, man. You know what I mean? Big up yourself, my bro. Salute to you. Big love. But Ryo, let me ask you, Rogan demanding for point deduction. Soon as you fence grab, no warning, none of that. Soon as you eye poke, no warning, none of that, or not shots. Do you think ducking a point solves all that problem? Because you fight in there all the time. And have you fence grabbed on purpose or by accident? Like, do you think ducking a point will make you think about fence grabbing if it's not accidental?
Look, it's hard to say. It's one of those things you got to go case by case, whether it's an eye poke, whether it's a fence grab or a groin shot or whatever. Because sometimes the guy will genuinely trip and reach his hand out to kind of, keep his balance, and then his fingers might grab the cage to pull himself up. Okay, cool. That's understandable. But I mean, if you're in a grapple and the guy's got you in a position where he's about to take you down and you reach out and grab the cage, then by all means, take the point away because you're using the cage.
That's what happened with the Chandler situation. Chandler literally picked him up for a takedown and he grabbed the cage. And that's why
exactly,
absolutely fuming.
Yeah, so then in that case, flipping, okay, the warning doesn't necessarily always help because the guys will just do it again. And some refs are so soft, they warn them like 3, 4, 5 times before they actually take the point away. But I think it's the same as in like with football in the Spanish Premier League. Handball's a straight a yellow card. Like they don't take that kind of thing lightly. So why not have the same approach in the cage? So it's like if you are in an exchange and the fight is going on and you go and you grab the cage like that, straight out, like, I mean, it should be like a serious warning, or they should just take the point away because you are cheating. I mean, Conor McGregor did it in the Khabib fight and it was clear. Adesanya as well when he was with
When? I didn't see it.
Yeah, he did grab the
I
cage.
didn't see it.
So there's and eye pokes as well. Like guys are warned before the eye pokes are also another thing. They get warned about that. Like I know in the EFC they tell us watch your fingers. So you're already warned before you get into the fight. So if you're gonna go and do a John Jones and you start doing this and then you poke, oh my bad. No, you've already been warned before the start of the fight. So that you should take as your warning. Sometimes groin shots, they happen. I mean, it's you're trying to be accurate, the guy's moving at the same time. So I mean that you can be warned about it. But the fence grabbing and the eye poke things, that stuff you should know as a fighter. And you are warned about that before the fight starts. So that is your warning. And so yeah, I agree with Joe Rogan to a certain extent, but I mean, if the guy genuinely falls down or like he tries to defend or something, and the guy comes forward with his hand or head and a finger goes in his eye or something, okay, cool, that's like a mistake. It's an accident that happens. You're in a fight, but at the same time, if it looks intentional, then take the point away. So I agree with that, and I've never grabbed the cage. I've never eye poked anybody, but again, it's a case-by-case thing, and I think it's all up to the referee as well. But I think they should be a bit more serious with it because it avoids a lot of delay. It avoids the slowing down of the pace of the fight as well. And also, like, guys that are actually winning or doing well in the exchange, like I said, it slows down their momentum. So if it's a clean takedown, this guy just grabs the cage and the whole thing is messed up. So that's cheating. And then the guy that's making the takedown has to now use more energy to get back to that position and then do it again, whereas he would have got it done the first time. Either the ref stops the fight and restarts it in a position where he thinks the takedown would have ended, and then he doesn't have to take the point away, and then they take it as a takedown, and then they start on the ground or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I agree they should be a bit more serious, but it's a case-by-case thing.
I mean, Cross, you know, we've heard a lot of what Adrian has had to say there, but bring back that Aussie Fight fan comments back up again, please. And I want to go to Cross on that one because I know that one that got your attention. I mean, how far do these fighters really got to do this before they say, you know, I've had enough of your bullshit now? You know what I mean? Do we go to a 3-strike rule? Like, you know, or challenges like maybe the corners can challenge. Like how did they got to do it to the point where, you know, fighters you know, we'll have to get DQ'd for doing it so much.
So I think with DQs, I think it would be good if there actually was like a set standard to say like, hey, if something happens a certain amount of times, like you definitely know that this is what's going to happen. Now, as far as like when to take a point, when to do a warning, it's case by case because there can be stuff that it is inadvertent where like somebody can be throwing like a body shot and then the other person's throwing at the same time and they hit their leg into their groin. Like we've seen that happen. And, you know, it's just one of those things. If the refs just have to be more on top of it, because typically how it goes, we'll see somebody with a cage grab, they get a warning, and then we'll see them with a low blow as well. But it's still a foul, but it's a totally different foul. And now they're like, all right, I got to warn that as well. You know what I mean? Where like, I just wish there was like a set pattern. Like, all right, there's just one warning period for everybody. And then after that, everybody knows it's automatically a point. You can do something like that as well.
I think nut shots are a little bit more accidental than fence grabs, though. To be honest with you, I think probably about 90% of fence grabs are intentional.
Well, what about when the toes get in there?
Oh, and they're walking the cage and they're trying to like
like
hooking on the cage,
like that. Or if like just somebody lands on a takedown and then their toes get caught in there. Like sometimes that happens too.
Yeah, it just yeah.
If you land, but again, that's the same thing. Like, so if you land and your toes get caught, you're not trying to stop it. Like there's a clear showing of when it's trying to prevent somebody from advancing position.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
like,
now if you're good, if your toe gets like caught in there on an accidental thing, that's clear. That's clearer than trying to advance on a transition and somebody's literally hooking their toes in the cage to stop that transition or advance going on. It's vastly different in my opinion.
Yeah.
That should be a point deduction. Before we move on real quick,
great comment from Ozzy, though.
You want to say something?
Yeah, on that one. So a point deduction, yes, but do you do it when it happens? Do you stop the fight? Do you deduct it at the end? Like, when do you deduct it? Because it's, I think,
bro, they got VAR, bro. Why can't they go to VAR? Like, they got VAR, bro. Like, come
but
on.
you also want a fluid fight. You don't want fighters having too many rest times in the fight. You know, that's why it's only really for groin shots or like really serious eye pokes.
He's not serious about VAR. Yeah, I mean, but you can stop it there and then, and you challenge it in the moment, because you can't leave it to the end and he does 5 more fence grabs. So like, if you dock him a point there and then, he might not do it again. You know what I mean? But if you don't say anything, he's going to go, shit, well, I got away with it one time. If you ain't cheating, you ain't fighting, bro. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. Like, you've got to do it that first time. Bang. And like Leroy said, you've been warned in the back, motherfucker. How many fights have you had? You get warned in the back every single fight. Like, every single fight. You know it's a fucking no-go. You know what I mean? No fuego, brother.
Imagine they go to like a system where it's automatic point deductions mixed in with like a lot of these judges' scorecards. We're gonna see some wild stuff.
Oh, bro,
that'll be fun.
Yeah, that'll be crazy.
We're changing the ranking system using AI. We've now got meta cameras disproportionately spread around cages. It won't be long until there's going to be some AI judging going on,
bro.
Yeah, facts with it.
I mean, you lot moan about the fucking human judges every fucking week anyways. What's the fucking difference? Like,
and you don't?
Yeah, you do too.
No, I'm blaming yo. I'm blaming it on all of you. Yo, you motherfuckers be moaning.
Sitting over here while Austin Pretorius when he's like, I didn't do it.
Hey, we're blaming the cripple man now. Come on, man.
Matter of fact, I'm curious. Hold on. In the Dan Ige fight, who did you think won the first 2 rounds of that fight?
Dan Ige won everything, bro. Like, why are you asking me that?
I was just curious because I thought I thought Woodson was up. And then I went and looked at judges' scorecards, and all of them had Ige up 2-0.
Dan beat his ass from bell to bell. Alhamdulillah. I'm telling you, bro. Like, he beat his ass, man. Like,
it's a shame you didn't pick him.
No, he's a Chimago hat.
I was waiting on that.
He's a Chimago hat. Fucking pricks.
That was beautiful, Cross. That was beautiful. I appreciate your work.
Anyways, I see what you did there. You tried to drop me in, didn't it? You dropped me in.
Bro, Hotline and Senko, what are you talking about?
I mean, man, he drew me in, man. Serious. Look.
Oh, on the wine, grapes on the vine. They can survive.
Yo,
yes,
there you go.
Let's go,
bro. I love how my brothers across the pond love Lakers in 5.
Dog,
that brings pure joy. Pure joy.
I'm not loving it right now, man. I'm not loving it right now. No, not at my expense. Anyways, before we get out of here, I want to talk to Adrian. I want to talk to Adrian about.
That's because outside of Drinkers is the only man that's ever won anything from South Africa.
Yeah, at least he's an Olympic gold medalist, man. You know, I'm trying to say shit. Don't talk about the cripple man like that. Anyways, I'm going Adrian, let's come to you, man, because you've had a fantastic week that just gone past. It was brilliant showing.
Yes, sir.
Your preparation, as we saw on social media, and you kept in touch with us as well throughout your camp. And we asked you when you came on the show how you was feeling about your camp. But when it led up to the fight, and just walking in there, zoning in, and like you said on the stare down, because you messaged me about something that was said, I'm going to let you put it all on the table and tell the people. But just taking in everything, you was already thinking of bad intentions before you even got to the cage. Please give it to the people, man. Let the people hear it, man. You know what I mean? Tell the people.
I'm not necessarily someone that likes to disrespect my opponents. As you guys know, when it comes to face-offs, what I do is I stand my ground. I'm usually the last one to move, and that's how I like it. If you're not gonna make a move, then we're gonna stand there until you make a move. I like it when they go first. And he was kind of a little bit of like, I think the moment got to him a little bit. Maybe he felt intimidated or whatever the case may be. But I could feel that like he was uncomfortable. And at the face-off, when we like kind of started getting closer to each other, he stepped up to me, so I stepped up to him, and then we were like, our noses were touching, and that's when he like pushed me. And when he pushed me, he was like turning with his back towards me and like looking over, and he was telling me, he's like, are you gay? You touch my nose. Why you touch my fucking nose? Are you gay? So I was staring him down, and Cameron, my cornerman and my teammate, he was kind of like telling Robert like, yeah, calm down. Tomorrow we can sort it out, and so on and so on. And then I was just like staring him down, waiting for him to make his move. But just his body language, I already knew. I was like, this guy is fucking scared. So anyway, the whole time, like, the evening before the fight, I was telling Cameron, I said, Cameron, if this guy sticks his hand out, you show me respect before the fight starts, like when we come towards each other in the cage, I'm gonna throw an overhand right. I'm not gonna give him a chance, because if he wants to be disrespectful, then we're gonna fight. I don't want to take his hand. I'm gonna fucking throw him with a punch. So that's why I opened up the fight with such a massive right hand in the beginning, because I was like, fuck, this guy wants to show me respect after that. And then I think that maybe rattled him a little bit and like shot his adrenaline up, because within the first few exchanges, like I also got a little bit excited, and I had to like pull myself back just a little bit, because I was also just trying to knock the shit out of him. And then I was like, okay, wait, let me take my time here, and I'll get my chance.
Sorry, Adrian. Leroy, while you're there, can you put the finished clip of Adrian in the media section?
Absolutely.
Leroy in the chat. Make that happen, brother.
Send it to me. Send it to me, bro.
You want to see a dead body, people?
So he clipped me with one shot that when I fell back, I actually tripped. I threw my kick and I was on one leg, and he threw a punch that like grazed me, but it wasn't like effective or anything. But as I was moving back, I stumbled, but I was quickly back up to my feet. Then we had another exchange, and then when we clinched up, he was pushing me towards the cage, and I reversed him and I had him against the cage. He was already wincing there when he was throwing his punches. It was like, and I could just hear that he had no gas left. So I don't know if the adrenaline dump hit him or what it was, but I knew he was tired. And then he like clinched up. I clinched up with him, and I wanted to throw a knee, but he beat me to it. And he actually landed one on my lips, and I kissed his knee basically. But before that happened, I clipped him with a overhand. I threw a right hand, a left hand, and I rolled under perfectly. Caught him with the overhand, and I actually thought I had him there, but I could see he was like sort of awake. So I rushed in, pushed the legs away, tried to finish him, and then that's when we clinched up. And after that knee strike that he threw, he's like stumbled backwards against the cage, and I could see his like hands were down, and he was like done. So I pointed at him, and I said to him, "You tired already?" And then he like looked at me, and then that's when the last exchange happened. And I just stayed in the pocket, tried to catch him with my left hand, which rocked him a little bit. And then I saw he wobbled back, and then when I saw the wobble, I just threw the right hand, and I knew it landed. And the difference between that right hand and the one that I landed on Kati, when I knocked Kati down, I only realized once he had fallen on the mat that I got him. But with Robert, when I landed the right hand, you can actually see in the video, I'm looking at him, and I knew I had him. I watched him fall down, and that's why I walked up to him so slowly. I even gave the ref a chance to like stop the fight. And when I saw the ref in the corner of my eye, when Paddy didn't come in to stop the fight, so I was like, okay, fine, I'm gonna have to finish this guy. And I just leaned over and I made eye contact with him, but his eyes were like over there. Then I just ate him. I just ate him 3 quick ones, pop, 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 and that was it. And you can see I walk away, and then Paddy like comes in a second after, and then calls the fight. So I finished him and walked away. So I did kind of get my walk off, but the ref the ref should have stopped it a little bit earlier.
The coldest shit. Sorry to jump in, but the coldest shit was when you turned around, walked away, sat down, and was just like,
yeah. I don't know what it was, but something told me just sit down. Like just sit down.
You sat down and said a prayer for that brother. That's what happened right there.
I actually felt, you know what? I felt like a samurai admiring his work, like an artist just admiring his work.
That samurai was
I was like, that was good. And then I got up, did a backflip, and climbed up the cage.
Bro, forget the samurai. Before we put the video up, before we put the video up and get questions from the panel for you, bro. When you got on the mic, the promo you cut, brother.
Let's go.
Oh my days.
Go.
I memorized that. There was a poem that I wrote. I wrote it after the Elvis fight. I always journal and write things down. It's one of the things I do. It's the way I express myself sometimes when I got a lot of things on my mind. And I just wrote this poem. It's like a 6-7 line poem or whatever. And I was like, this is what I'm going to say after I win my next fight. And then I memorized it. And I was like, yeah, I'm the one they call the Mother City Matador. And it just naturally came, chop. And I said it.
That was
it was pretty cool because Simon, the guy that was the announcer, Simon Stevens, he calls me the Mother City Matador. And that's how it all started. And he still commented on one of my posts after the Elvis fight. And I was like, I'm claiming this name. And he was like, oh, well done, Mother City Matador. So I was like, I'm claiming this name. And then it just, the whole poem just started from there. So I memorized that. That was me. I almost messed up on the second line. But after that, it was just natural.
You pulled it off, brother. You pulled it off. Let's put this clip up real quick, man. And then we're going to come around the panel, see what they got for you, brother. Let's put it.
I'm the one they call the Mother City Matador. I'll never go under, because I'm the son of thunder, the natural born fighter. I'll make them all retire. The man with a plan, the one woman's love, and the man can't stand. I am Adrian Rayo Sanchez.
Hey, that's it. That's it right there, bro. That's it.
Hey, Adrian, your fucking WWE's right up your alley as well.
Yeah, definitely,
like
bro.
That was.
I try to do like the Rock does. You know, when he says, "Can you smell?" and then he stops, and then the crowd says it for him. So I did that at the end there. I was like, Adrian Rayo, and I pulled myself away from the mic. And then you can hear the crowd go, Sanchez.
I was saying it where I was, bro. You know what I mean? I was saying it where I was.
Let's go.
It was the Son of Thunder bit. I was just like, fucking yes, man.
I'm glad you guys like this.
I've got another clip here that just shows the knockout just that little bit more, because obviously that was a bit more of the promo clip. So I want to pop this one up too.
That's it.
That shit is.
You know what? All respect to Robert. Like, I mean, to anybody that steps in the cage. I mean, it takes a lot. I've been on both ends, as we all know, and big respect to my opponent and all of that. But after the fight, when we were in the medicals, the first thing I did was I ran to the back, took my gloves off, and I went to go look for Robert. And I just wanted to know if he was okay. And he was sitting up on the car, on the doctor's bed and everything, and he was fine. Gave him a hug, we shook hands, well wishes and all of that. And then Cameron came to me afterwards, after I left the medical room, and he's like, Brew, the doctor came to us and came to him and said, Robert's responsive and he remembers his name and he knows where he is, but he still thinks he needs to go and fight. So I basically knocked him back to the changing room. Like they said, he didn't know that the fight had happened. He thought he still needed to go out. So that's quite crazy. I mean, when I got knocked out in 13 seconds, I said I was 29 when I was actually 32. So it's like I got knocked back when I was 29. So it's crazy. It's hardcore what he goes through, but yeah. So all respect to him,
That's the secret to Asia.
No, serious. Yeah, let's start with McDane, man. Like, you know, what question do you have for Adrian, man? We've seen what he's been doing lately, how hard he's been working. But what do you got for Adrian? Let's go around the table.
What's next, brother? Who's next? Where are we going from here?
Okay, it's a good question that you asked this. Without revealing too much, we've been working on something that could happen outside of South Africa. Ooh. And I'll probably release some information on that very soon. But until then, I don't want to say too much, but it's going to be a good fight. And I'm looking forward to it. So just stay tuned. We're going to release some information soon.
Yeah, man, you're going to be there right with us, Adrian. You're going to be there right with us. Yao, you got something for Ryo?
Oh, I had one more. Let me just quickly get this one before Yao comes in with his professionalism, because this one's not professional in the slightest. Did you run through to the back looking for your man to be like, who's gay now, son?
No, but I did put a post up. This afternoon, and it was the song, don't push me because I'm close to the edge. And the caption was whatever the song says. It's like whatever the song says. But I did it. Like I said, I show him all the respect. But I mean, I'm enjoying it. He said don't touch his nose, so I didn't. So I fucking smashed his nose.
What you got for Ryo, man? What you got for Ryo, Yao?
Look, McDane roasted the hell out of me there, because now I was trying to find something that wasn't that, and now I'm stuck. But how has it been running your own gym in terms of prepping for this fight? Yokai, you just started Yokai, and it's helped you with the training and the focus. How did that lead up to this fight and helping you prep for this fight and be ready for what you did?
Look, it's not an easy task having to prep for fights and then still run classes and also having a group of fighters that I'm also dedicating time to get their careers up and running. But I think it's just the time spent in the gym is what I think has helped me a lot, because I'm in the gym all the time now, and that's what I've always thought would help my career. And it helps when the group of guys are eager to learn and they're eager to train, and they want the hard training, they want to spar, they want to train. So it makes it easier for me as well, because I can choose from the guys who it is that I can train with. And then also having the team that we have, like Cameron's there to help me with my grappling. I mean, one of South Africa's top guys, top black belts, and him and I, we live together basically. We stay in the same house, so everything is fighting, and we're always training together. And then secondly, we've got our assistant coach, Matthew, who's my personal pad man, basically. And I taught him how to hold pads for me and showed him the kind of combinations and things that I like and what my style is. And now he's kind of like run away with it, and he's doing his own thing. So I do kind of have a little bit of a separation from the rest of the guys, because most of them are still, all of them are still amateur. So I don't want to get to a point where I'm beating the shit out of our guys, but there is a little bit of a split where I do my own thing, and then I have sessions where we all come together and then we work together. So it's not easy, because I mean, you want to split your time between everybody, but I think with me being in the gym more frequently and most of the time, I think that's what helped me a lot. So it's like my focus is just on training. My focus is just on being in the gym. My focus is like just fighting, and that's what we do: eat, sleep, and train. That's basically it. So I've kind of like dedicated myself completely to it, in a coaching aspect, in a training aspect, a fighting aspect. So slowly we're starting to find a groove how everything just integrates together. And I mean, with the Elvis fight, that camp that I had was very much, I was training on my own. But now with this camp for Robert, a couple of the guys started jumping in with the conditioning sessions with me. So we all trained together, and then the sparring's picked up a lot more with the guys. And you can see it in their performances as well. I mean, Jack, our one amateur, he won now at PFC, got a first round TKO. We had our first boxer. His name's also Matthew. He went and got a second round knockout, which was fantastic, with a signature over and righteous, by the way. And so the guys are growing. They're starting to see that kind of level. So it makes my training a bit easier as well. So now I can integrate with them and start training with them. And eventually we're all going to be training together as a team, and I won't have to actually separate myself from them. But it's no easy task. But the focus is
Leroy just asked you there if you needed a social media manager. Like,
I think I'm going to. You know that video? They posted the video. They actually posted the fight 3 times on the EFC page. The first one was that the one perspective that McDane posted now with me sitting down, and they got the shot of the camera at the back.
Yeah.
That one got like 1.1 million views on the EFC page. And then they posted it the second time where you see the weigh-in where he pushes me, and then it's a quick shot to the highlights and then the knockout. That one got like over 18 million views on their page.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's on Facebook though. That's crazy. And then they reposted it at the full fight now this evening, but I didn't check how many views that was. But I mean, like 18 million views is it?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
And 100%. Like I've been getting followers. It's just been coming in, so I don't know. Maybe I might just need a social media manager.
Yeah, man. Leroy is there for the job, man. You know what I mean? That's
maybe we must have a meeting, bro. We see what happens.
Man. Leroy will holler at you, man. We'll make that happen. We'll make that happen.
As you can see, MMA normally would endorse Leroy.
Yeah,
for the
we
job.
are endorsing Leroy for that job, man, you know what I mean?
especially if you want contact 4 weeks late.
You know, I'm trying to say seriously. Sterling. Cross, you guys got something for Adrian?
I don't got nothing. I'm about to say I'll go ahead and go because Cross is probably gonna end with the most professional question in here. Adrian, I'm about to just start fucking screaming. I just want to know, bro, what the fuck is going through your head, son, when you're standing over homeboy and you're about to fucking put the Son of God through his fucking body and make him go see Jesus Christ? What's going through your head, bro? Because in that moment, I want to end it, Adrian. Like I don't know how you're stoic enough to do that. No, shout out Olaf for the stoicism, but I don't know how you're able to sit there and do it because I'm so ready to get it over with.
You know what? Like I said, I knew I got it. I knew I landed the shot perfectly. I could just, as you can see, my eyes were on him. As I landed it, I saw his legs go out. I saw him fall. So it was like I was telling myself, I was like, you got time now. You landed. You got the shot. There's nothing more you need to do. So that's why when he fell, I also had that little bit of that attitude from the way in. I was like, this motherfucker called me gay. So I was like, now I'm gonna savor the moment. So as he fell, I took my time. I walked over him, and then I just looked down. I gave the ref a chance, and I was just like, okay, ref's not doing anything. And just gave it to him. But I think it's just because I landed the shot and I could see it happen. So I was like, okay, you got time, bro. I was like, you don't need to rush. Just be. Like you say, be stoic and be calculated and just composed. You don't have to rush it. Because the first time I knocked him down, I rushed it. I ran straight into it. And you can see I threw the first punch for the ground and pound and I missed. So I was just like, if he's down, take your time. Just pick the shot. And then he gave me everything. I was just like, okay, there we go. This is what I need. Boom. It felt good.
That was like a blank canvas with your paint. Just make a fucking artwork on it, man. It was beautiful to see.
That's why I sat down and I was just like, admire what you've done. I was just like,
that was the thing. That was the thing of beauty, man. That's art right there. That's art right there. Cross. What do you got for Adrian?
I got 2 questions for you. Firstly, what's the ultimate goal? And then secondly, when you're in the octagon and you're in there and then you step in the pocket, does it all slows down, doesn't it? Because when you're watching it on TV, it's happening so fast. But I know for you guys, it's got to be way slower.
Well, I'll answer the second one first. For me, it's about reaction. And I've always, like, I'm sure everyone will probably have a different explanation for this, but firstly, things do slow down. Like I do have a sense that it's like your adrenaline and your focus kicks in, and it's almost like you're in the zone. So it's like everything, your peripherals are way more apparent and more aware of what's going on. But for me, it's about just the reaction to everything. I've practiced my movements on the pads and my head movement, and I know in sparring where more or less my distance is and so on. So I'm not trying to think too much about what's happening. I'm trying to just react to what's given to me. And that's something I teach my guys as well, is for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So if he throws 1 punch, I'm going to throw 3. If he moves to the left, I'm going to move to the right. So it's just about that timing and that reaction. And you can see when I knocked him down the first time, I throw that blank left hand, knowing that he's going to throw something back at me, and I roll under, and then the right hand is there. Same as with when we in that exchange, and I'm going back and forward. I'm throwing one, and I'm getting out, and I'm coming back in for the second one. So for me, it's about just that action reaction. He gives me a question, I give him an answer. And that's a timing distance. And then the first question, the ultimate goal for me is first, like I've got so much that I want to achieve in this game. Like I want to become champion, and in order for me to get to that, I need to fix myself on paper. And getting the back-to-back win now is definitely the first step in the right direction. I would like to obviously get another win on my name before I can start thinking about any championships in the EFC. But I also, one of my goals is I want to be one of the South African guys to go abroad. I want to be one that represents our country, outside of the borders of South Africa. And like I was asked earlier about what's the next step for me. We are kind of trying to work on something right now that is going to come through. We're obviously just waiting for contracts and stuff like that. And then once contracts are signed, I will definitely be sharing the news. And it's definitely a fight outside of the borders of South Africa. It's going to be an international fight. And that's one of my goals ultimately, is to be one of the guys that made it out of the country and fought internationally. Because I want to be known as an international martial artist, and I want to be known as one of the best that came out of where I come from. Because I come from a small little suburb in Cape Town called Goodwood, and we've got like Springbok rugby players and those that have won World Cups and stuff like that, but we don't have.
Hold on. Which
that?
did you just say you came from?
Goodwood, bro. That's an A1. That's an A1 name right there. A1 name right there.
Goodwood, bro. I promise you. That's
bro.
Bro walks up to the club and he's like, Goodwood by town, Goodwood by nature.
Yeah, man. I just want to be one of the guys.
The women in that village must be happy, bro. Like the women.
Those reviews are good, bro. That's one thing. That's one thing I was blessed with: a good right hand and good wood. That's my ultimate goal: be a world champion and just be one of the guys that represent South Africa abroad. I'd love to.
Yeah, man.
And then my name is MMA, South African MMA history forever. And one day when I retire and I'm done, I can look back at that and be proud.
We can't let you get out of here without answering MMA Normalist question. He put a question up on the screen now, and he says, "Right, if you could invite anyone to train with, any other mixed martial artist or coach, who would you like to work with?" And you can tell us.
Great question.
That actually is a very good question. So, coach, definitely Rafael Cordeiro. I'd love to be coached by him again. I mean, I spent 3 months at Kings when I was in 2022, and I really, really enjoyed my time with Rafael Cordeiro. He's a fantastic, best coach in the world. He changed the way I looked at MMA and just the lifestyle of a fighter. I learned so much in 3 months. Now imagine what he could teach you in a year or 3 years, So, and he's the one where I developed the whole action, reaction, and distance management, and I understood the whole game. So he's definitely a coach that I would like to spend time with. Jackson Wink as well, the coach over there. That would be cool as well. I know they're pretty good with their striking. And fighter, Chandler would be one, just because of his work ethic. I'd love to just train with him and get an understanding of his hard work. I'd definitely like to go to Dagestan for a little bit, learn some proper fucking wrestling, get down.
Send him
so
to
any one of them, any one of those guys.
You're welcome, brother. I'll talk to Ali Abdulaziz for you, man. I'll talk to Ali Abdulaziz for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got it started.
Send him my number.
We'll make that happen.
And then, look, man, I'd love to spend some time again with the guys that I trained with at Kings. I mean, I miss them so much, and I'd love to spend some time and train with them again. All the Brazilian guys, just not just only like the good training, but just the people that they are and how they accommodated me and stuff. That side was awesome. And who else? Jeez, bro. Giga Chikatsu was one that I trained with. I'd love to train with him again. Who else?
Adrian, how about I can see you training with the Diaz brothers, dog. Come on.
Yeah, bro. Why not, bro? I'll come back with a limp though. I'd be walking with a limp though.
Yeah.
You come back with the Stockton slap.
No, why not? Nate Diaz and Nick Diaz. That'd be sick. That would actually be sick. But yeah, man. Yeah. You never know. I might just end up training with him.
Same.
Listen, people.
Same.
I was waiting on it.
I didn't want to be rude and jump in about. Oh, did you guys know that MMA Nobly trained at AKA?
Another guy I would like to train with is obviously John Jones.
John Jones, right there.
John Jones.
Save the best for the last. Save the best for the last, right
John
there.
Jones.
Yeah.
And Javier Hernandez is another coach that probably.
You are
right. And people, you know what? When he said John Jones, I thought he was gonna say, you know what? I'd like to train with Coach Eric. You know what I mean? But what do I know? What do I know? I don't know shit. I thought you were gonna mention Coach Eric there, but Sterling, you stuck with Coach Eric, man. You know what I mean? Like, what can I say, bro?
Do you mean Coach Eric stuck with Sterling?
Nah, brother. We've been searching for Coach Eric. You know what I'm saying? I'm up there in war training now with Coach Adam Copley, so it's a little different now.
Yeah, but
another one more. GSP, George St. Pierre. He's another guy with
another one.
Hey, Leroy's got the end. Leroy's training at TriStar. You know what I mean? Go and sleep on Leroy's couch. Go and sleep on Leroy's couch. Social media manager, housewife. Yeah, I mean, dude, set you up.
He's got dungeon. You know what I mean? He got dungeon.
Don't go near that dungeon, brother. Don't go near that dungeon. He's like, come down here, film some content. It's not the content you think it's going to be.
We don't want that content. We don't want
shit. No. All right, people. Hey, listen, I'm fucking hungry, man. We need to get the hell out of here. Salute to every single one of you that's been locked in with us. Big stream that we've had tonight. Was nearly 100 live viewers at one point. So salute to every single one of you that's watching us from all platforms. Big love. And make sure you're following Adrian Rayo Sanchez on social media. We're gonna have his links in the description below. Bad man fighter. You man see his work. You can go on his page and see some of the work that he's done in the past as well. Always an exciting fighter. You know what I mean? Do or die. He goes in there and he gives everything every single time. And salute to you, McDane. Salute to you, Keith, for your time. Sterling, and of course Cross, and everybody that's been locked in with us in the chat. Big love. You know what I mean? My wife's been screaming because Manchester United is still going on with Leon, you know what I mean? So that fight, that match is going crazy over there. I think they're in extra time or something.
That's why he's going to go and eat his dinner before she gets big mad.
Yes, because if they lose, my dinner might be in
it's going to be in the kitchen.
If they lose, my dinner might be with the dogs, man. You know what I mean? I don't want that to happen. I need to go and get that shit.
People. Stand your base, Ola.
Hey, bro.
Hey, ain't no standing base against his lady, brother. She staggers over him. You know what I mean? Like that brother's gonna get dominated.
Serious, man. I didn't joke either. I didn't joke either. All right, people. Hey, people. Salute to every single one of you. Big love, and we'll catch you on the next one. Salute. We out.
Peace.
Hey guys, this is John Anik from the UFC. You're watching the Fight Week Show. Please subscribe. Not now, but right now. Subscribe to the Fight Week Show. We'll see you guys on the road soon.